Hi guys, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel, and I thought I'd do a White Storm Wisdom one. Not sure what he wants to talk about, but I had a feeling that he wanted to pass on something, and since you liked the last few messages, sounds good to me, so bear with me. Let's see what we've got. Thank you, White Storm. He seems to want to talk today about the rocks, stones, mountains, the stone beings, the rocks and the stones. These beings have been around for so much time that we can't comprehend it. And they are the record keepers of the earth and above. And they're so important. And it's so important that we acknowledge the information that the stone people give. Rocks appear to live and grow very slowly. So in a way we think that they don't move and grow and live at all, but they do. But our lifespan is too small to see even a millionth of it. But just because we can't necessarily see the movement of the rock itself doesn't mean they aren't recording excuse me, and living. We see the moss and lichen on top of the rocks. We see the water running over the rocks. But just remember that in much time, the water going over the rocks, shine it and mould it to the shape of the water. Although initially it looks as though the rock is a barrier to the water, in time the water will erode the rock. Okay. So these record keepers that we have, we need to take note of what they say, particularly over the next few years, what information they give us about the past, and then they help us into the future. And in a very practical way, the stone beings will be our allies. But remember, the scientists can take information from the rock, but the spirit warrior can do it easily by sitting and connecting with the rock. Just like you can sit with a tree and feel and connect with the tree spirit, you can do so too with the rock. And he'd like you to do that, because we're not perceiving all living things as living. And if we did, we would understand more how to live in harmony with the earth. The stone being will be our ally. Spiritual people who walk their talk can use it as to ground them, to hold on to, and secure. But we need to stop thinking of the rocks the way others do, like, oh, it's an inanimate object. Just like the mountain has spirit, the stone, the rock has spirit, whether it's in the river or whether it's in the desert. There's knowledge and wisdom and life to be, I would like to use the word mind from it, but that would not be correct, drawn out of it, because they will be willing allies. I'm a bit confused. You wanted to say this today of all days. He wants that knowledge that the rocks and the stone beings hold information that we, as healers, can understand and learn. But he also says, if you watch the fastest man on earth running on his bare feet, and he's fleet of foot, he's the fastest and he moves so quickly, and we applaud that. This amazing quickness, but yet one little stone being in his path could be enough to stop his quickness. Now we've all bit like Lego in your foot then. Lego. Sorry. Right, okay. So we need to understand about the spirit of the rock and what it can teach us. Also the record keeping of the rock and what it can teach us for now and the future. And also we need to understand that although a rock may look as though there is nothing to it but a bit of rock, that a rock can slow down something less hard, can stop a runner running by literally piercing his foot. Okay. Do you want the people to try and meditate with a rock, or, you know, is that what you wish? He would want the people that can do this, would do this. Stone, rock. Even if it's just a little bit of stone or rock that's natural. Maybe see what it tells you. He seems to be wanting us to become involved deeper with the earth. And we're missing the things that we don't perceive as moving. Is that right? Yeah. That when things grow and develop very, very slowly over millennia, we don't notice. We're too small. We're the small ones. And we're missing out. He also feels that we can learn from the stone beings to observe and to record keep, to observe our lives, our weather, and keep aware, but maybe, you know, we do things, we meditate, but then we don't take note of it, so we forget it. So he's encouraging us to, in some way, it doesn't even need to be write them down. I mean, you could record it or whatever. Just make a record of what we're doing and what we're seeing, because it will be important. Maybe even not for us, but people way ahead of us. Okay. Start to see that things that move slowly or appear to move slowly to us, I mean, it's all you know, relevant, isn't it? That's not the word I'm looking for. It's important for us to understand that, as well as being fast, quick, that we also value the spirit and the energy of accruing knowledge over time, of being strong, silent, and appearing not to move. I feel there's more in that than I'm getting over. Maybe it'll become relevant over the next few months. So if we were being practical, people to work more with the stone beings, yeah, and understand them more. I basically feel he's saying that we go to the things that we perceive as that will respond to us. Like, we see a tree and nobody would think twice about, you know, hugging a tree or trying to feel the tree's aura or energy. And the same with maybe healing other people or whatever. We perceive movement as inherent life, but there's life in things that, and spirit in things that have no real visual movement. Okay. Are you happy with the way I put that over? It's always kind of puzzle. Do you give us, isn't it, right stuff? It's always been his way. He always in life has given me something and then said, go find out about it yourself, go do the work yourself, and it never changes. So thank you, Whitestone. Akela Matakwism. Thank you to whoever's watching. I do appreciate you more than you know. And it's nice to be able to sit and be a conduit for Whitestone. I think I'll enjoy that more and more as the year goes on. So many blessings now. Bye.